My name is Emory Nihipali, aka Island Emory. A proud representative, founder of the Little Grass Shack. We educate through music people that want to know about the islands, to share culture, family values, the art, the language, and that is what we try to preserve here at the Little Grass Shack. Growing up in the 70s, and my father, living on the road, and that's all he had, to remind him of what home was his music collection. He had an extensive collection, and all the new music he got sent up from Hawaii from his parents. He played it, and I kind of grew into it. It's like, okay, whenever the weekend was to clean house and listen to that music, nobody was gonna touch those records, but he was the DJ. But then when we used to go back from Minnesota to Hawaii or Las Vegas to Hawaii, the music that has been played at home is being played in the backyard. So it's like, oh man, it's like home. So it never left. Like we were like, everybody would watch Elvis in Hawaii. Be like, oh, that's Hawaiian. You know what I mean? Elvis in Hawaii. Oh, that's Hawaii. I want to go to there. That's the beach. That's right. That's Hawaii. And we were accepted as that. So, but a brown guy living from the islands, but nobody knew that I was from the islands. Nobody knew what my last name was. They could not pronounce my last name. You know what I mean? Nobody could pronounce my last name, but when they found out my mom was a hula dancer, or my parents were from Hawaii, then you became the exotic one. A lot of individuals were trying to create shows and trying to keep it going. Saying, hey, what, the Hawaii people live here. People of the islands live here on the ninth island, and they were trying to kind of share the culture. And this is like in 1998. But then when I created it, I was like, man, I want to be like old school radio that presented, that music that you can't find up here. You can't find anywhere. So I started it. I grew it out 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 hours, and I was working two jobs. One job was to help it out. Had a few sponsors at one point, but the opportunity to come over to the FM, and someone said, "Hey, you know what? It's community radio. It's free radio." So I was like, "Okay, I can deal with that." It kind of taking a lesson less off the pocket, but if I get to do the same thing I'm doing right now on a FM dial, because the AM and FM's the show. That's where I want to be. When I created this show, it was just more about the music and saying, you know what, I'm going to do this right in the middle of the desert, because it's unheard of. You know what I mean? Well, and then people went, what, your Hawaiian show? And then next thing we grew fame, and it started, and that's when Aloha started to build. Small families, everybody getting together, and then embracing music. Embracing, you're from Hawaii, you're from Molokai or Big Island, but we still had the same family values, right? So we brought it together every weekend and sharing each other's camaraderie. From back when Israel Kamakaua Ole was one of our educators of Hawaiiana, of music, and his soul. You know what I mean? Every time he spoke, you can tell that it was nothing going to phase him. This is going to be him. I think everything now is like really built on social media, where we need future educators to educate obviously our kids, and their kids and their kids. We want to expand, and I believe having the spirit of aloha and expanding that through tradition, through music, through culture is my goal. The Little Grass Shack is to expand into its own entertainment company, media company, like Univision, Telemundo, BET. I think that's what my goal is before I leave this world.